Okay, I wanted to film myself having an anxiety attack because I had been having really bad attacks the last couple of years. I don't know why, but it seems as I get older, I have more and more trouble uh, with different circumstances, whether it's in my life, most of the stuff I can't control, but I seem to have trouble. I don't know. And then once my mind starts running, stuff, it can get worse. Whoa, my keyboard. I've been having trouble with claustrophobia. It's been really invading my life. Actually, my psychologist now is trying to work with me to learn coping skills with it. Me, since I've always relied on a pill for this or a pill for that to cure different things, it's kind of hard work because I guess when I would take pills and stuff, I wouldn't be anxious and I wouldn't be claustrophobic. So, I mean, for me, it's like, it's easy just to take a couple of pills and then to go through all this, learn coping skills. But it's probably the right thing for me to do to struggle with the anxiety and the claustrophobia, panic, until I learn the coping skills. And this way I could be like the rest of the people. But yeah, I have a lot of stressors going on. One thing I don't have, which I thank God for, hopefully every day, is I'm not homeless. I have this apartment. I thank God, and I'm very comfortable here. I haven't had my own place really, technically, since I had my home in Fort Lauderdale. I went from that to a mission for nearly 5 years, and from there I rented rooms in other people's houses, and then down in Florida, and then I decided to come back up here. Uh, for a while there, I was really second guessing myself, like, why'd you come back up here and stuff, because things just weren't working out as far as finding a job and getting along with my dysfunctional family. Yeah, yeah. I know one of my brothers, we wrote a letter back and forth. My only brother, that's a lot. Uh, I, we, I wrote a letter to him, kind of an angry letter, an angry letter to him because he had criticized the fact that I, I brought my daughter to a Broadway show, and while owing him money, and he brought that up to my mom, which kind of pissed me off. So I wrote him a letter, letting him know what I think of him through all these years and stuff. And he wrote me a letter back, and in the letter he defended the family as far as it being functional. And to me, it's just laughable. How family has really never been functional. It might have been functional for him, but I know it wasn't functional for me, and it really wasn't functional for him. He's just in some kind of state of denial about it. He doesn't want to admit that he's the product of a dysfunctional family because he has his own problems. But that, I guess, for a later, video, get more into my life and how I wound up thinking and feeling the way I do. I just got off the phone with my mom, which took my mind off of my panic attack. Uh, she's really old now, and yeah, I know it's just a matter of time for her, but you can tell in her voice she sounds very, very frail and fragile now, and it's sad. I am glad, thank God, because I used to have a horrible relationship with my mother from my early teens, probably up until I was probably in my late 30s or so. And since then, and actually really since my dad died in 2002, she's really been a blessing to me in a lot of different ways. And I have had the chance to apologize to her for all the things that I did to hurt her, how I conducted myself, things I said to her and stuff. So I know that when she goes, that's off of my heart and stuff, off of my mind. That we've repaired that relationship. That thing kind of hurts me, and I don't know why. Still to this day, that my son Stephen, that he hasn't spoke to me in, I think it's like 6 years now. I try and block it out as much as possible. But it's hurtful. It's hurtful when one of your kids don't talk to you. It's especially hurtful when one of your kids don't talk to you and you don't know what it's for. And at some point, we had a good relationship that I knew of. Unless maybe I was in denial. Uh, you know, I know I wasn't the perfect parent, but I definitely loved him. And I think he knows I love him. I still love him. I still miss him. It bothers me every day that we're not on speaking terms. I wouldn't wish what I feel on any other parent. It's horrible. And my daughter, Camille, in Argentina, uh, you know, she's almost 18 now, and I'm concerned that she may be slowly but surely withdrawing from me too. Uh, Mostly, I think, because of the age, but the age that she is. But I don't know. It just I think she's pulling back from me. I don't know if she's realizing stuff. She's sympathizing with Stephen, or what's going on. But I sense something going on with that. One of the things that was causing me anxiety before was I woke up from a nap and I had that kind of like fingers running down the blackboard feeling, so I was kind of irritable and stuff. Then I started thinking about money, which finances really produces anxiety within me, my lack of finances. I'm just going to have to, whether my health allows me to or not, I'm going to have to, or whether it affects my VA and Social Security cases adversely, I'm just going to have to get a job if I want to have money when Camille is here in December. So I have money to take her places and stuff. I've also thought about, asking her when she got here, because I always know she brings a boatload of money to buy stuff while she's here and stuff. But I'm also thinking about asking her when she gets here to set aside some of that money so that we could go out and do things too. One thing I've noticed about her in the last couple of years is And she doesn't seem to buy anything for anyone. She only, I think this past time when she was here in January, and I was living in my cousin's basement before I got this apartment, I think that she bought some stuff for her boyfriend, which is normal and stuff. But I have noticed the last few years she doesn't really buy stuff for people. I don't think she ever bought me anything, to be honest with you. I mean, she may have when her mother gave her money to do it, or something when we were still married, or shortly thereafter and stuff. But I've noticed that it hasn't come from her heart. You know, I'm not trying to prop myself up for being, uh, some great generous guy and stuff like that, but I always have tried to be generous with people, especially in my own family, when it's their birthday or a holiday or something like that, and have been writing them cards, something, but I don't seem to get anything, and it's hurtful. It's hurtful when your kids don't remember your birthday, when they don't call you up on Christmas, when they don't call you up on Father's Day. Just very hurtful, very hurtful. And so, I think doing this video thing is going to be good for me because, how I'm talking to this camera is basically how I talk to my psychologist that I see on Tuesdays. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep seeing her on Tuesdays because I'm really trying to conserve on money. But she's been helpful to me in the last few months, seeing me on a weekly basis, and I always feel better after unloading what's on my mind and heart in her office, and she's encouraging and stuff, and I think it's good for me to be able to vent and talk about things rather than just dwell on them. I think when I dwell on them, then it really causes anxiety attacks, panic attacks, and stuff, and it's just not me. I have unresolved anger. I know that. I'm really trying to figure it out, how it got into me, what caused it. But I know that unresolved anger causes depression and anxiety and stuff, and it's been that way for the majority of my life. I think I just masked it by using alcohol and other substances, and now I'm learning to deal with it. I'm learning to deal with the real me, and it's hard. It's hard to be going through this at 51. So really, if I could tell somebody something before I close here, I would tell them, don't ever get involved with drugs or alcohol. It just ruins your life in so many different ways. It ruins your relationships with people. It ruins your life career-wise. It kind of, I don't know, it invades every part of your life and destroys it. So if the lesson that can be learned from this particular video would be to never get involved with drugs or alcohol. If you have problems, seek out a counselor that you trust, that is not going to lead you the wrong way, and talk about it. Talking is good. That's what I'm learning. Talking is very good. All right. Well, that's it for me. I'll see you soon.